The Seahawks pull off a 24-3 win over the Miami Dolphins today, and all they do is win, win, win no matter what. If you were part of our postgame show, you know all about that, folks. What a win for the Seahawks. Thanks for joining us here on our postgame reaction as we look back on this performance. Was it a perfect day? Not by any stretch of the imagination. The offensive line was still terrible. But even with that said, this team came through and made plays time and time again. Geno had the 2 picks, but he still threw for 289 yards and a touchdown score. The run game drastically improved. Zach Charbonnet with 18 carries, 91 yards, and 2 touchdown scores. I've been hearing from a lot of you the last week with the doubts about Zach Charbonnet, that, hey, he's not that guy. He's not a starter quality back in this league. And I've been telling you, be patient on Charbonnet. This offensive line is not doing him any favors. And this was the breakout game that we've been waiting to see from Zach Charbonnet. He was fantastic. DK Metcalf was awesome again. 4 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown score. Also set the franchise record for the most receiving touchdowns of 50-plus yards. Unbelievable with that 71-yard touchdown score he had. Good game for Noah Fant. Had some big catches late in the second half. 6 catches, 60 yards. Tyler Lockett made plays. 5 catches, 46 yards. JSN, 3 catches, 39 yards. But as much as the offense played really well, the defense is the story of this game, folks. I know Tua wasn't out there, and Skylar Thompson was horrible, and Tim Boyle wasn't any better. But you think about the weapons this Dolphins team has. When you mention the likes of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and company, they still have some explosive players and a pretty decent run game. And for the 3rd straight week, the Seahawks held their opponent to under 300 total yards. Held them to 3 points, the lowest total we've seen of any game this season. And just across the board, a team effort. Shant Jenkins leading this team in tackles with 2. Tyrese Knight, the rookie, stepping up with 6 tackles, 1 TFL. Derick Hall playing the game of his life, the best game of football that he's ever played, with 5 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 TFL, and 4 QB hits. He was awesome today. I loved what I saw from the Seahawks team, and they're in great shape. What is your one-word reaction to the Seahawks' performance against Miami? If you had to give one word to describe it all, what would it be? My one word is pleased. I am so pleased with where this team is at right now. You think about it, folks. All right, you're 3-0. You started the year with a bit of a DEI schedule, if we're going to be honest, right? When you faced Week 1, Bo Nix, Jacoby Brissett, and Skylar Thompson. But you still won those games. You still went 3-0. And now with getting those 3 wins out of the way, you look at what's ahead. I have said for a long time the goal should be 10 wins. 10 wins guarantees you a spot in the postseason. You do the math. Now all you got to do is go 500 the rest of the way. I think this team's in great shape. I'm very pleased. I'm very satisfied. No better way to celebrate a Seahawks win than subbing for Dubs, folks. We had a fantastic time on our watch party on Sunday afternoon. And we're going to do it again for every single Seahawks game this season, including the Monday night game against the Detroit Lions. Join us each and every day for daily coverage you won't find anywhere else. Our news and rumors, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, our live shows. It's all in one place, right here on Seattle Seahawks Today. Help us reach our next milestone, 57,000 subs. We're almost there, but we need your help. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV to subscribe now. Up and down day for Gino Smith, 26 of 34, 289 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. But he made the necessary plays. And when it's not your day and you still have a decisive performance, I'll take that. Because we're going to see at times when Geno's at his best and other guys aren't at their best. And if you can win like that, when Geno just plays average, just plays okay, I'll take it. And one of the interceptions was an odd play, was batted at the line and had a little ricochet and all that. So I don't even hold those interceptions too much against Geno too much. I think that Geno's going to be just fine. The run game, though, man, people were so quick to write off this run game. Said, oh, we got to have K9 back. Charbonnet isn't that guy. And Charbonnet was awesome. 2 touchdown scores. And credit where credit's due to Ryan Grubb, the offensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks. They did not stray away from the run game. Even with the struggles they've had in the run game, even without Kenneth Walker, they said, we're going to run the football. Because here's the deal. In today's day and age in the National Football League, with everything that's changed in the NFL, the one thing that stayed constant is you have to run the football. You have to run the football if you want to win games. And the Seahawks, even with the question marks they've had in the run game, still ran it 23 times today. 18 times with Zach Charbonnet. 100 yards on the ground as a team. 2 rushing touchdowns. 4.3 yards a carry. Even with as much as this offensive line has struggled with run blocking, they didn't stray from the run. I give them credit for it. Going over the receiving numbers, really good day for DK, and he is thriving in this offense. I mean, we already know that DK is a top-notch receiver, but what we've seen the last 2 weeks is DK in this offense is climbing up the ladder. He looks like not just a top 10 receiver, but the last couple of weeks he's played like a top 5 receiver. And he's looking to get paid. He wants a new contract here sooner than later. If he keeps having days like today, keeps showing that consistency, he's going to get quite the fat paycheck. And if you're the Seattle Seahawks, you got to do whatever it takes to keep him around. He's just now entering those prime years of his career. Who was the Seahawks MVP against the Dolphins? I could make a case for a number of guys. I could go DK. I could go Charbonnet. I could go to the defense and go with Derick Hall. A number of guys. Who would be the one, if you had to pick one player that stood out to you in this performance today? Weigh in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time is the place to go for the best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed. Whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more, Game Time has got you covered. You choose the event you want to go to. Maybe it's a Seahawks game, Mariners game, maybe it's a Seattle Storm game, whatever it is. And then you choose your seat. Check it out with their seat views, get the visual, see if you like that seat or not. And then, just like that, you are checking out with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats. So you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Skylar Thompson cannot be a real quarterback in the National Football League. He was awful. But the Seahawks defense, to their credit, gave him a lot of hell. They gave him a lot of hell. I mean, you think about it, with the way the secondary played, pass rush was so on it. 6 total sacks today. Let me go over. Let's give some shout-outs of who all was just making life hell for Skylar Thompson today. We mentioned Derick Hall with 2 sacks. Terrell Dodson with a sack today. Draymond Jones. Jaron Reed. Boye Mafe. I mean, if you thought the Seahawks O-line was bad, Dolphins wasn't much better, maybe even worse. These guys were just unbelievable. The pressure they applied to Skylar Thompson and to Boyle both, it was great. They shut down the run game. The Dolphins did not have an answer to run the football. But what did we talk about in our pregame? The biggest key for me was taking care of this guy. If I can get my finger there. There it is. Derick Hall. Derick Hall is arguably the best receiver in football. Arguably the fastest player in the entire NFL. And he's a problem for most teams he faces. And you gave up 3 catches for 40 yards, long as 17. I can live with that. I can live with that all day long. Tyreek Hill has more 100-yard receiving games than any receiver in the NFL dating back to 2023. And you held him to 40 today. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. 40 yards, he can have his 40. It's all yours, man. Seahawks get out of here, slowing down Tyreek Hill, and big reason why they only gave up 3 points. How would you grade Seattle's performance against Miami? A, B, C, D, or F? I love what I saw from the defense. Wasn't a perfect day offensively, but you just dominated. I mean, you just inserted your will. You were like a dog that, let's just say, on another dog was inserting their dominance. That's what you did today, essentially. I go with an A. Give me your grade, A, B, C, D, or F. For continuing Seahawks coverage, subscribe now to Seahawks Today. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next time.